Full na yung oras natin kanina. Continue natin. Ayan. Example number 2. After a survey, Anika gathered the data about the fruit preference presented in the table below. No? Ayan. Kung nakikita nyo, naka-ungroup data pa siya. Ayan. Sabog pa yung data, hiwa-hiwalay pa, hindi pa naka-arrange. Letter A, how many of each fruit are there in the data gathered? B, create a frequency distribution table of the following data gathered. Let us start by transforming the raw data and group data into group data by considering the frequency per fruit. No? Ayan. Okay. Ilan po ang apple doon sa ano natin? Ilan? Okay, tignan natin yung respondents natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15. 15 po yung respondents natin. Sa 15 na respondents natin, ilan yung pumili ng apple? Ilan yung pumili ng apple? Pakibilang. Okay, Chua.
5 po, sir.
Okay, 5. Okay. Next is, ano pa next? Orange. Custodio.
6 po.
Okay. Then, banana. Sakari. Mojado.
2 po siya.
Then, Lopez. Mango.
2 din po, sir.
Ayan. Okay. Based on the raw data, we have 5 apples, 6 oranges, 2 bananas, and 2 apple. No? To create a frequency distribution table of the data, we need to compute the relative frequency of each fruit. No? The relative frequency of each fruit. Determine the categories and frequency. The categories are the set of selected fruits, namely apple, orange, banana, and mango. Yeah. Kung makikita nyo dyan, yung fruit or yung category natin, yung apple, orange, banana, and mango. Then frequency nila 5, 6, 2, and 2. Then dapat ang total number of frequency is 15. Paano po natin ulit makukuha si relative frequency? Anyone? Anyone? Paano natin makukompute sa relative? Yan, Garcia.
I-divide po sa total numbers ng variables.
Yung?
Ay, ng respondents po.
Yung
frequency po.
Okay, ng bawat categories, no? Ayan. Bali, 5. Itong 5, yung apple, para makuha natin yung relative frequency ng apple, yung 5 na frequency niya, i-divide natin sa 15. 5 over 15, then oranges, 6 over 15, banana, 2 over 15, then mango, 2 over 15. No? Yan. Compute the relative frequency to get the relative frequency of each category. We divide each frequency by 15. No? 5 over 15, 0.34. 6 over 15, 0.40. 2 over 15, 0.13. 2 over 15, 0.13. Yeah. Bali, ang lalabas is na relative frequency, puro decimal numbers po. No? 5 over 15 kapag divide mo, ang lalabas 0.34. Yeah. Okay. Then kapag inad mo yung 4, ang lalabas is 1.00. Eksakto. Pwedeng 0.99 or 1.01. No? Pero ang pinaka-accurate is 1.00. Paano po natin makukuha si percentage? Anyone ulit? Anyone? Disyembre.
Move po yung decimal point ng dalawa pakanan po.
Okay. Move the 2 decimal places to the right or multiply by 100. Itong 0.34, kapag minove natin yung decimal points, pakanan 1, 2. Ang magiging percentage niya ay, ano po magiging percentage niya? Ayan. Mata.
34% po.
Ayan. 34%. Then next is 40%. Next is 13%. 13%. Ayan. Then kapag inad natin or kinuha natin yung sum ng lahat ng percentage, ang lalabas dapat is 100%. Okay, thumbs up po tayo kung nag-gets natin kung paano gumawa ng frequency distribution table. Okay, napaka-basic, no? Ayan, key points natin, variables, no? Characteristics ng experimental unit na ginagawa natin ng study. Experimental unit, kung saan mo gagamitin yung data or kung ano yung gagamitin mo. Pwedeng tao, animal, or object. Pag quality, tinitingnan natin is the quality or characteristics. Kapag quantity, involve ang numerical quantity. Discrete, whole numbers. Continuous, may contain decimal numbers. A statistical table used to organize the data and which can also help us to display the graph, the data graphically. Okay, wait. Yan. Wait lang kami. Stop share ko. Balik ko lang. Yan. Then, frequency distribution table, yung ginawa natin kanina, no? Yung parts ng simple frequency distribution table, hahaba pa po yan, ha? Pero yung simple frequency distribution table, yan pa lang po, 4. No? Category, frequency, relative frequency, and percentage. Yeah. Lesson 3 natin, last lesson, data presentation tools. Yan, pakibasa po. Sino pa bang di ko na dito? Alfred. Pakibasa po.
Correctly use different graphs for their specific purpose and properly create a graph based on given data.
Okay. Bar graph. Use the height or length of the bar to represent how often a particular category was observed. No? Kapag sinabing bar graph, bawat category tinitignan natin. No? Yan, isa lang. Isang apple, isang banana, isang grape, isang mango, isang oranges, isang strawberry. No? Ang gagawin nyo lang, ipa-plot nyo lang yung frequency. Kapag pinlat natin yung frequency, dapat pa-vertical siya. Patayo. 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Yan po yung mga frequency. Then yung categories naman is pa-horizontal. No? Yan. Bar graph. Pie chart naman a circular graph that shows how the categories are distributed. No? Yan. Kung makikita natin dito sa fruit preference, dito sa picture, makikita natin kung ilang apples, ilang banana, ilang grapes, no? Makikita natin dito kung how the categories are distributed. Okay. Then pwede siyang lagyan ng color para mas makita natin o mas ma-distinguish natin yung mga categories and percentage. Yan, line graph. Uses dots. Then, ang nagko-connecta sa kanila yung linya. Yan. Kaya tinawag siya na line graph. Una, puro dot muna. Then, kapag kinonect-connect mo sila, kailangan ng lines. Okay. Ganun ulit. Yung time is horizontal. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Then, yung mga yung inoobserbahan nyo is pa-vertical. Ayan. Histogram naman, ang kaibahan niya sa bar graph is sa histogram, nakagroup na yung mga data natin. Ayan, kung nakikita nyo sa baba, 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, and etc. No? Choose the number of classes, usually between 5 and 20. to be used. The more data you have, the more classes you should use. No? Paano ba natin kinukuha yung class width? Ayan. Class width range over desired number of datas. Paano natin kunin yung range? Highest score minus the lowest score. Then over desired number of datas. Ayan. Record the number of scores frequency that falls in each class. Then construct a statistical table containing classes, class intervals, frequencies, and relative frequency. Then construct the histogram like a bar graph. Yan nga sinasabi ko sa inyo. Kapag bar graph, simple graph lang siya. Paisa-isa lang. Kapag bar graph, ay kapag histogram naman, naka-group na yung mga data natin. Ogive, a cumulative frequency graph. Ito malalaman nyo to kapag ang topic na natin is measures of central tendency. Sa ngayon, hindi pa natin ito pag-aaralan. Okay, example number 1. Ayan. Pakibasa nga po, Abanilla.
Example number 1. Mr. De La Cruz wanted to present his monthly sales in an easier way for his boss. The frequency distribution table is presented below. If his boss wanted him to present it using a bar graph, what would his graph look like?
Ayan, okay. Ito yung data na ginawa niya. Gumawa siya ng frequency distribution table. Andyan yung categories, andyan yung frequency, andyan yung relative frequency, then andyan yung percentage. No? Paano niya maipepresent ng maayos doon sa boss niya yung mga data na nasa kanya using graph, no? Based on the given table, we can conclude that each category is best described by their frequencies, no? Recall the bar graph uses the height or the length of the bar to represent how often a particular category was observed. The height of the bar graph bar tells us the corresponding frequency for each category. Ayan. Okay. To show a bar graph, plot the frequency against the categories as shown in the graph. No? Gaya nga nasabi ko kanina, yung frequency laging patayo o pa-vertical. Then yung category laging pahiga. No? Or horizontal. Ayan. Fruit sales. Ayan. Na-present niya na ng maayos yung mga fruit doon sa kanyang boss, no? Yung mga data na nasa kanya sa kanyang boss, no? Bali, ang pinakamataas na bumibili is orange, no? Pangalawa, apple. Then parehas lang yung banana at saka yung mango. Okay, number 2. Pakibasa po. Abila.
Example number 2. Jeremy's boss wanted to know and see more easily if the sales for their mangoes increase or decrease. Given the data below, show whether the sales increased or decreased across months.
Yan, okay. Jeremy's boss wanted to know. Gusto malaman ng boss ni Jeremy na yung sales daw ng mangoes ay nag-i-increase or nagdi-decrease, no? Then titignan daw nila yon monthly. Ayan. Ang gagamitin nila dito is line graph. Tingnan natin. Ayan. January to February, umangat o hindi? Thumbs up tayo kung umangat. Ayan. Kung makikita natin, January, 10 lang siya. Then, ng February, naging 12 yung sales. Ayan. Umangat, no? February to March. February to March, umangat, hindi. Ayan, umangat dahil 12 naging 14. Then 14, March to April umangat ulit kasi 14 naging 15. Then yung April bumulusok pababa kasi 9 lang yung sa May. Then May to June umakyat ulit. Sobrang angat kasi 11 yung difference nila, no? 9 naging 20. Then nung July bumaba ulit. No? Yeah. Hindi nalaman na ng boss niya yung mga kung nag-decrease ba or nag-increase monthly. Yeah. Okay. Key points natin, bar graph. Yan. Pie chart, line graph, histogram, and ogive. Ogive, di natin napapag-aralan na. Histogram, lahat ng mga categories natin is naka-group na. Line graph, gumagamit tayo ng dots. Then, kapag kinonect natin sila, gagamit tayo ng line. No? Pie chart, tinitignan natin kung how the categories are distributed. Pwede natin kulayan para mas makita natin yung mga categories and percentage. Bar graph, simple graph lang. No? Hindi siya naka-group. Hindi gaya sa histogram naka-group. Ang bar graph, simple lang. No? Okay. Okay, yun na po. No? Na pag-aralan na po natin si Lesson 1, Lesson 2, and Lesson 3. Sa third